a counterweight to China. But when it comes to hard decisions, real power demands real independence. This week, that illusion cracked. India has paused a $3.6 billion defense deal with the United States. Yes, the one involving Boeing's advanced P-8I surveillance aircraft. Why? Because Washington raised tariffs, because prices surged, and suddenly Delhi hit the brakes. What happened to the great Indo-US strategic partnership? What happened to being the world's largest arms importer? What happened to Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India? Let's break this down. Back in 2021, India approved a deal to buy 6 P-8I Poseidon aircraft from Boeing. Cost around $2.4 billion. Fast forward to 2025. Under the Trump administration's tariff hikes, the cost ballooned to nearly $3.6 billion. That's an increase of over 50%. These aircrafts are not toys. They are critical for maritime surveillance, anti-submarine warfare, monitoring the Indian Ocean. And now India's putting that on hold? That's not just a policy shift, that's a strategic slowdown. And here's the irony. India still calls itself the next security provider of the Indian Ocean. But if it can't secure its own procurement plan, who's it securing the ocean for? What does this mean strategically? Some are calling the economic realism. Others say India is playing hardball. But let's be honest, this is about priorities, pressure, and posturing. India's strategic autonomy seems heavily dependent on the price tag Washington slaps on its weapons. When the cost goes up, the commitment disappears. India wanted to be a US ally without being a client. But now it's caught in between purchasing arms from Russia, holding joint drills with America, and trying to make friends with France and Israel on the side. A confused foreign policy isn't a multi-alignment strategy. It's indecision. Now let's talk about Pakistan. What does this mean for us? Number one, it exposes India's vulnerability. The P-8I fleet is crucial to their navy, especially in the Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean. Delays here mean reduced surveillance, reduced readiness, and reduced confidence. Number two, Pakistan has always been criticized for its strategic dependence. But look at the reality. Pakistan has diversified. Pakistan has built partnerships with Turkey, China, and is also enhancing indigenous capabilities. India, meanwhile, is still shopping with credit cards it cannot afford to use. This is an opportunity not to celebrate India's misstep, but to reinforce our own trajectory. Invest in our naval power, upgrade our intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance systems. Build what we need, not buy what we can't afford. But here's the twist. While India freezes defense deals, it's quietly working with Boeing in commercial aviation. Air India is retrofitting its Dreamliner fleet, 26 Boeing 787-8s to be precise. First class, business class, new seats, new in-flight systems. So defense is too expensive, but luxury upgrades are not? That is not Atmanirbhar Bharat. That's confused capitalism. Boeing is still their partner, just not when it comes to national security. Defense is paused, luxury is fast-tracked. Priorities, India, priorities. India's Boeing pause isn't about budgets. It's about the gap between ambition and ability. The disconnect between slogans and strategy. For Pakistan, it's a moment to observe and prepare. Because regional balance does not rest on speeches. It rests on systems, capabilities, commitment. We must continue to invest in our own deterrence. with discipline, with clarity, and with focus. As India retreats from the deal table, we must not retreat from the battlefield of ideas, technology, or strategy. After all, strength isn't about how loud you shout, it's about how quietly you prepare. This is Saadia Afzaal for Apna Watan TV.
You are watching Apna Watan.